Content warning. On this podcast, we discuss sensitive issues, including, but not limited to, swearing, tasteless jokes, situations of a sexual nature, and drug use. This podcast is not intended for children. Welcome to BiblioWrecks, where we read the worst stories the world has to offer, and we're back from our little break.
We had a breaky, just a little breaky for me.
Just a little breaky. I'll be better tomorrow.
No, it has to be, I'll be better tomorrow.
I'm Bam Bam.
I'm Bugs, and we're back.
Yay! And I'm sure politics are better now. Surely
sure.
we've gotten a handle and, terrible things aren't happening anymore.
Every single day.
Yeah.
Cough, Epstein, cough.
Killing people in the street.
Okay. But we're back to make your life a little more fun, maybe, and tear apart some bad stuff.
Yeah, so what are we doing today?
You and I had mentioned doing this and splitting it.
Oh, no.
And you doing half the work and me doing half the work.
Okay. Well, that didn't happen.
I
haven't done any work.
I did all the work myself.
Yay.
But I'm pretty sure you didn't listen to that episode. So I did it myself. We are doing the second half of No Sleep, Sleepless Decompositions, Volume 21.
Oh.
There's 2 stories in it. The first one is fine. It's not memorable. I don't even remember it. The second 2 stories are really bad.
I remember listening to that episode, and I can't remember what happened. We just never went back to it.
Yeah, because that was like in the fall, and we'd been thinking about doing it for Halloween, and it didn't happen. School was way too busy for me.
Yeah.
So hopefully you don't remember. And
I'll probably remember them like halfway going through them. And
okay, well, don't spoil anything.
Yeah,
act surprised.
I'll be surprised.
Pretend. The first story that we're going to cover is Sundays in the Workshop with Dad, written by Michael Ward. The audio cast is Dan Zapula, Jesse Cornett, Nicole Goodnight, and Matthew Bradford. The CW for this story is violence and murder, because it's a horror podcast.
Right.
Jeremiah is holding a hammer and a nail, and he carefully takes a couple practice swings. He finally swings, hits it perfectly, right on the head. There's a sick, wet crunch. Like that, Dad? He asks. Chet groans, trying to control himself.
I'm remembering it now.
Chet manages to tell his son that, yes, son, he did a good job driving the nail into Chet's kneecap. They are in the wood shop, a place that Chet used to make furniture and had taught Jeremiah woodworking. And they're not doing woodworking today. Jeremiah had learned how to use tools and had made a birdhouse and a skateboard. Today, he's using those tools on his father to create a different kind of craft.
Yeah.
The noise and sound effects in this...
Yeah, they were pretty good at the sound effects and stuff on that podcast. So yeah. I do enjoy that.
Yeah. This one was just so gross to me. His first attempt at hammering the nail into Chet's knee had missed, and he was upset about doing it wrong, because he's approaching this as he's trying to torture his dad right. And
he's the frustrated student, and the dad is the
subject and teacher.
Right.
It's the wood sitting on the bench saying, yes, cut it right there. But Chet calms him down and talks him through doing it correctly. This is how you correctly torture me, my dear, dear son. Chet should be proud. His son is finally coming into himself. And he always knew this was going to happen, just not when. That morning, Chet had found his wife stabbed to death in the shower in a similar manner to Psycho. And that was a movie he showed Jerry when the kid was 11. So we're starting to get like, oh, he's encouraged this. This attitude in the workshop right now is not different than how he's been treating this kid the whole time.
Right, this has been something that's been fostered in him for his entire young life.
Yeah. Down the hallway, he found Colleen, Chet's stepdaughter, mutilated in her bed. She had been home from college, and Jerry mutilated her in the style of Jack the Ripper, recreating the photo Chet had showed him. I didn't know there was a photo of a Jack the Ripper victim.
Really?
And I looked it up, and yeah, the woman has head and arms left and bottoms of her legs left. And all in the middle is just a bloody, gory mess. And it's terrible.
I didn't mean to say really like, oh, you didn't know that? Because I also just found that out. Just when you said
no,
that
I
just
thought
now.
yeah, it's interesting.
I had no idea
that. And there was photos of like the women who had died, and there's an entire website just devoted to the victims of Jack the Ripper, because I didn't know there was photography.
Do you think that's the
time.
first use of photography in a serial killing case?
I think it may have been, because
that
I didn't.
might be why it stuck around for so long.
1870s. It was really early. It was like beginning of photography, I think.
Okay.
I didn't even know we had photo evidence of that at all.
Right. Yeah, I wasn't aware at all. But yeah, maybe
it's possibly
that's
why it
stuck
became
around.
So central to like pop culture, and people knew about it and heard about it, and kind of like in modern times, now that we have video of certain events, those events had happened before, but they're more impressive.
Yeah, it's more personal now. You have an actual connection with it.
Yeah, because seeing a picture or a video just makes it feel real.
Yeah, because until then, it's just kind of an idea of something
words.
that happens somewhere else, vaguely.
Yeah.
That's neat.
So Chet had shown him this picture of the victim of Jack the Ripper.
Posed the daughter in a similar way.
He recreated the scene with, and this was a girl that his wife had, and then they got married when she was like first grade, and then later on they had Jerry together. Chet admits to himself that he wondered what Colleen's insides had looked like, but he had rules. Don't shit where you eat. So the dad himself,
Also a serial killer.
also a psycho.
And now he's passing the murder torch to his son. Yep.
A baseball bat swings behind his head, and the 16-year-old hits him, then drugs him and drags him to the wood shop. So the son woke up, killed his mom, killed his sister, and now is proceeding to torture the dad. Jerry puts him in a lawn chair and chains him to a mower, but Chet doesn't try to run away, because he's like, yes, son, this is your destiny.
Yeah, showing pride in your kid's activity.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah. Instead, he remembers Iraq and interrogating prisoners. So he is kind of mentally sliding off into, reminiscence and dreams while Jerry is doing what Jerry is doing. And the next thing he does is he takes a pair of gardening shears and tries to cut off the fingers of Chet's right hand. They're dull, so it takes 4 tries. Chet tells Jerry that he's putting a lot of trust in him not to scream, and that's a big risk since he's older and softer than he was back in the military. Because he is trying to use this as a learning moment and teach his son how to do this correctly. Because they have very nosy neighbors.
Yeah. So the entire thing just seems really silly. Like, it's probably the darkest place you could go between like a father and a son, but it's just so fucking silly.
And the thing is,
it doesn't feel realistic.
I found it on a blog somewhere. I was able to read it. The experience of listening to it on No Sleep and the act of reading it on the blog, completely different experiences.
Yeah, because I imagine like with the performance, like enhancing it.
Oh, it does. And
kind
it
of
makes
takes
it feel
away
real.
from how weird and cringy it is.
Yeah, because he's like panting and gasping and like trying really hard to talk, and like that voice actor is fantastic.
Yeah, they have really good voice actors.
Yeah.
Except for Atticus Jackson. I just don't like him.
Yeah. Sorry.
How dare you? I hate you for coughing on a podcast.
Should I tell the story?
Yeah, you should.
Bam Bam showed up today, and I was like, hey, did you chew me out for coughing too much on the podcast and get mad at me? He was like, what? No. And I was like, okay, good, that was a dream. And apparently I had dreamed that we were discussing an episode, and he had to edit, and he was like, God, you just coughed so much. It was so annoying. You gotta fix that. And he looked at me like, what? No. Because when I say and you
Yeah,
get
there
pissed
there are things I have brought up that hurt me physically to hear you say 20 times in a podcast.
Yeah, and where you're editing,
That
we've
we've discussed. I hope I haven't come across like really mad or anything like that.
That one day you were.
In my mind, that wasn't angry. That was desperate.
Well, yeah, desperation and anger, very, very close in that conversation.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm recovering from the flu, and so I'm a little bit
Had
coffee.
a fever dream of me being
Yeah.
mad at you.
Coughed in my sleep, and then dreamed, oh no, he's so mad. Okay, back to this poor dad being, well, not poor dad. I actually have no sympathy for him.
Yeah.
I don't have sympathy for anyone except the mom and sister, because
Right.
they, actually, it's discussed in the story, they were scared to death of him. And the mom was like, I think there's something wrong with Jerry.
Yeah, he'd already done fucked up stuff to pets and stuff around the
Yeah,
neighborhood,
like he
right?
had tortured the dog. He killed cats in the neighborhood. Colleen wouldn't, the sister wouldn't babysit him because she was scared of him when he was little.
Right.
And so, like, the family is scared of Jerry and knows that there's something wrong. The dad just encourages it secretly.
Yeah. And the mom and the daughter kind of just serve the function of
Victims.
Yeah.
Yeah. The dad tells Jerry it might be a good idea to cover his mouth with tape so that he doesn't scream and wake up the neighborhood. Jerry is worried, though, that if Chet has his mouth taped, he won't be able to talk and tell him what he's doing wrong. Because he's still very much in, I'm the student, I need your advice and help doing this.
Yeah,
He's not confident in himself yet.
Right. And that's why it doesn't feel right, because, this is supposed to feel like narcissistic serial killers. These people are supposed to be like overconfident.
Dexter.
Yeah, and like they just a malignant narcissist that feels like they have the right to kill anyone they want.
I think that is part of the problem. The kid is feeling sympathy with his dad, and he shouldn't have any toward anyone.
Yeah, and I think that's like why it feels so weird. Just that juxtaposition doesn't really make sense. But it is, to defend it a little bit, like play devil's advocate just a little bit, it is kind of neat to see these two characters interacting and having so much caring and like other emotions other than I'm a serial killer and I really want to kill you. So it's kind of interesting in theory, but in practice it just feels weird.
Yeah, and it's just so gross. All the noises are gross. The story is gross, and it does end up feeling like,
This is like
why is he doing it this way? Why is he doing his family? And then, I don't know. Yeah, there's just like lots of plot holes in there too.
and on top of that, like,
Those are not the reasons that I put this in the bad story category, though. That comes later toward the end.
Right.
Chet relents and tells him that they can play it by ear. Part of that is we need the dad to still be talking because we need to be able to move the story forward, and the son is not doing any talking.
Yeah.
We need to be able to continue the narrative, and if it's just the kid silently standing there whacking on his dad,
Not a very interesting story.
not a very interesting story. But he does correct his son and say, you need to have sharp tools. Your shears are dull. They need to be sharpened and oiled. So Jerry wanders off to work on the shears, and Chet just sits there reminiscing about young psychopathic Jerry and his beautiful beginnings of torturing animals and people. Chet caught him snipping the legs off of a cat with those same shears when he was like 9 or so, and sent him to his room. And he had thought about how Jerry's mom and sister were really scared of him. And Chet thinks about how he himself had these urges, and so it must be kind of genetic, and he'd passed it on to his son. So he goes to his little hidey hole in his house, and he pulls out his scrapbook from Iraq, and he shows the before and after pictures of the terrorists, even the children, to Jerry, and Jerry is just fascinating. He is so excited to see these pictures of tortured human beings. Chet tells him that he kept the country safe from bad people because that was what he did to tell himself why it was okay.
Right. And that was just kind of the narrative in U.S. politics at the time anyway,
Right.
so.
And a lot of that torture and stuff did happen. And he tells Jerry the story of how he'd started out with animals and then he learned how to get smart about it after getting caught and going to prison. And then the military recruited him after 9/11 because they knew what he was capable of and they wanted to use him as a torturer. 9-year-old Jerry wants to know what it felt like when he was torturing the terrorists. Chet tells him it feels similar to the way Jerry feels when he kills a cat. And he's going to teach him how to work and how to manage the itch.
I do remember it, like, feeling weird that he's acting so paternally towards his son, even though he's, the serial killer. I guess that's not, like, it's definitely possible.
I don't know how I don't know how psychopathy impacts parenting.
Mm-hmm. Like the malignant narcissist kind of just clashes a lot with good parenting.
Yeah.
Which also you could argue like he isn't a good parent because he's teaching him all these fucked up things. Okay, I can make this work actually. Retroactively, I can make this work.
Okay.
This is an extension of his narcissism because he is using his son as an extension of himself.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why he's able to put himself through this in order to teach his son to be a narcissist. Made it work.
There you go. Because he considered his own dad stupid for sending him to psychiatrists and therapists and putting him on medication and whatever.
Right.
And he was like, stupid dad, why would you try to do that and make me stop?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he is, and I think he feels pride in himself when his son is doing these bad things.
Right.
So the act of his son torturing him gives him pride because it shows what he did was good. Mm-hmm. His own prodigy.
Yeah, it kind of validates him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah, that's an interesting. And like, if a psychopath wants to, they can pretend to be empathetic.
Yeah.
They can act normal around family and stuff.
Right, and that kind of makes sense with our general understanding of, serial killers and stuff like that in, like, media and stuff. But we're in this guy's head. Like, we, actually see him caring for his son.
Right.
So it doesn't...
It feels a little odd because we're supposed to be this bloodthirsty killer who doesn't
Right.
care about anyone.
But it doesn't feel like a lie. Like, it doesn't feel totally untrue. Like, it feels unwieldy and kind of clumsy, but it doesn't feel untrue.
You're also dealing with a really, really, really short story.
Yeah.
So
and trying to establish, like, so much. Like, so much heavy
into
shit.
a very, very small space. And I don't know if they wrote it with the intention of it ending up on No Sleep, or if it was just something that they wrote for their blog. But I know if your intention is for something to end up audio drama, you have
probably
to
make some
keep
changes.
Yeah. You're going to have more dialogue, or you're going to have a narrator. You're going to have, the story is told a little differently. I mean, it's still well done. I'm not saying that it's a bad story because it's written badly. I just find it icky.
Yeah. I mean, it is super icky.
Horror stories. The dad had managed the itch after leaving the military by going to a different city and hunting random people. He would roofie his wife and kids, and then he would go find a victim, bring them back to his workshop, and play with them until he felt like it was not safe anymore, like so much time had passed.
Right.
And then he would chop them up and go dump them in the river. And then in between, he would go back to grilling steaks and watching Netflix with his wife and pretending to be normal. Trying to be a good dad, pretending to do all the things.
Right.
So Chet taught Jerry how to woodwork and used tools to turn dead wood into art. Later, he took Jerry with him and taught him how to do the same, but with human flesh. Jerry's first pick was an old woman. He was curious what old blood was. And every time, he's like, well, why? Why are you picking that person? And Jerry would just say, well, I'm just curious. I just want to know what it's like to do that kind of person.
Yeah.
Then
Kind of like murder, like exploring your sexuality, but it's murder.
Yeah. Do you like guys? Do you like girls? What are you into?
So again, like supportive in like a really weird way. It is kind of funny in that way.
Because he's not like, well, why? Like being rude. He's just more like, well, why are you picking
Yeah, he's
that
not like
one? What's
pushing
the reasoning?
his own way of picking out
Preference.
murder victims and preferences. Yeah. I wish my dad was as supportive as this serial killer.
Then they pick out a rich dude, and then they pick out a teenage girl, and the dad is worried because a teenage girl will bring a lot of attention, but nothing comes of it. So in the present, Jerry comes back with newly sharpened shears, and he snips them menacingly, and asks his dad, "Are you ready?" Chet shakes his head. "I need a minute, son." And Jerry's like, "Aw," and Chet yells that he needs a minute.
Oh, Dad!
Yes.
I just got everything ready.
I want to snip your fingers off.
I need a minute, son.
And then he berates Jerry for letting him boss him around.
I mean, that is funny. Because that's my immediate thought is like, all right, why are you listening to him? You're in the middle of torturing him.
You're the boss.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be in charge.
And his dad like turns it into a lesson, like a learning moment.
A learning moment.
Which is funny.
Yeah. And it's like, you're supposed to be in charge, son. Not give me time, not give me a minute, not even 10 seconds. And so Jerry grins and holds the shears over Chet's left hand, because previously he got the fingers on his right hand. They are sharp enough this time to manage it in a single shtick. Someone yells, "Mother of shit!" And there's a bang. This one was I'm pretty sure that one was acted by the guy who runs the podcast. And it just was such a funny delivery.
Yeah.
And there's a bang. Jerry drops and blood is spattered from his back and his head. Neil, the nosy neighbor, is staring down the barrel of his pistol. "Jesus! My God, man, what was he trying to do?" And Neil walks off to call 911. And Chet is yelling and pulling on his zip ties. "Why'd you do that? Why'd you kill my son? Why? Why?" And he's like so angry. He is furious that they got interrupted.
Right.
He is so mad because now he's going to have to play the victim. His son, his prodigy, is dead.
Right.
All that he'd built here
his
and
legacy is
made,
dead
his
now.
legacy is gone. His wife and daughter are gone. He has to hope that they don't dig through the whole house and find his trophies. And he doesn't have the fingers on his right hand. And he has 2 busted kneecaps from the nails
So
being
he can't
hammered
like
into
stop
his
them
knees.
from finding
So,
the shit.
yeah, he will literally be hauled off to the hospital, be, disabled for a long time.
Yeah.
And it's like...
And then all of his stuff will come to light, and then he'll get arrested.
Yeah, he's so angry, and he thinks, that should be Neil's blood. It will be soon enough. As if he's going to be able to murder the neighbor with no fingers and no knees.
Right.
And that's the end of it. So honestly, it was the ending that made me put this in the solid bad story, made me feel bad, because we're leaving alive the man who is now grotesquely mutilated, who was happy his son was coming into himself and doing these things, and was wanting to die at the end of this.
Right.
He wanted his son to finish the job, and now he has to pretend to be something he isn't.
Yeah.
He has to pretend to be a real victim when he was not volunteering for this, but he wasn't fighting it.
Right.
He was helping his son through it.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
Ugh.
yeah, it's honestly, it's kind of dumb.
Yeah.
But it is kind of interesting. Like, could a malignantly narcissistic serial killer have those kinds of paternal feelings, or are they all just completely devoid of that kind of thing?
Right.
So it is kind of like an interesting thought experiment.
Yeah, and it's interesting because most parents would be proud when their kid brings home, all A's this semester, or trophy, or won the big game, or whatever. And, you know, I'm proud of my kids when they accomplish a thing. You know, my son learned how to play chess. I was very proud of him for learning how to play.
Right.
That's a cool thing for a kid to do.
Sure.
You know, my daughter makes amazing art, and I look at it. I'm like, wow, that's so amazing. I'm proud of you. So it's kind of interesting to think through that feeling of like pride in your children and what they accomplished, and then try to mentally wrap it around your own pain. You are in pain, you are suffering, and you're proud, and trying to juxtapose those feelings at the same time.
Yeah.
It's interesting. And then, but the end that he's left alive was just like such a gross, bad ending to me. It was just like, ugh. And I know it's horror. It's supposed to be that way.
Right. I don't think it's unclever.
No, it's not unclever.
Right.
It's just so annoying.
Right.
Because the kid was supposed to finish off his dad and go off and be the serial killer his
Right.
dad always wanted. You
Right.
know, that was what you're supposed to want to happen.
I'm just trying to decide on what I think deserves merit and what doesn't in this story. You know where this kind of story was done much better?
Where?
A short story called Apt Pupil by Stephen King.
Oh, I haven't read that.
To hit the high marks on it, it's a kid that he gets really excited when he sees like really violent pictures or something like that. Like he starts off in the story seeing all these Auschwitz pictures and stuff like that, and like all the victims from those camps, and it like gets him excited until he tracks down a former Nazi officer that moved to America. Like he went from Germany to South America until he finally immigrated to the U.S.
Oh, okay.
And the Nazi hasn't really changed. Like he's facaded up enough that he can pass in the American public without like setting off alarms everywhere he goes, but he's still got like his Nazi pride,
Right.
and like the urge to murder other people, and it's kind of like a mentor-student thing going on between those two characters.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, because the kid like tracks him down and is like, show me all your neat Nazi shit. And the guy's like, no, I don't want to uncover all those memories and stuff like that. And then
Luke
as the story
finds Obi-Wan in the desert.
Right. But as the story progresses, they both get more like increasingly murdery.
Oh.
Like the old man is like, you know, he's awful because, you know, he's a Nazi that killed people during the war.
Right.
But functionally he was like harmless because he's like in his 70s or 80s at this point. But then this kid starts stirring things up and like stirring up all these memories, and then he becomes an active serial killer.
Oh my God.
And the kid is also becoming an active serial killer.
Wow.
So I think it's really neat the way it was done in that story. So
That's interesting.
yeah.
You know who else is? No. These ads sent
Now, what was that pivot? I
sponsors.
want to know what that pivot was going to be.
you will never know. Ads.
Hello, bad book loving friends. Just updating our socials. We're on Blue Sky now at bugs-bibliorecs.bsky.social. We have a Substack at Bugs and Books, and the profile name is Bugs at BiblioWrecks. And of course, our website, BiblioWrecks.com. Drop us a message and check out the content that Bugs works on. She's really good at the social stuff. And let's get back to that bad book. And we're back from Mystery Ad Pivots. Mystery Ad Pivots.
You can fill in the blanks with your own imagination.
And that's what makes it funny.
Yep.
That's where the joke is.
That is
whatever
where the
you
joke
put
is.
in there.
It's when on Behind the Bastards, Robert's talking and there's just beep. And you're sitting there going, what did he say? And you're
Yeah.
trying to think of the most awful thing you can imagine. Yeah. And Sophie is just crying in the corner. The second is the last story in that same episode called Play Therapy by Chris Panettiere.
Oh, I do remember this one. I already remember it because it was definitely the standout of the episode, yes. I think. Because it's...
Yeah, it's...
Oh, it's icky. Oh, I'm actively remembering it now. No.
The audio cast is Aaron Lillis, Danielle McCream, and
Atticus
Atticus Jackson.
fucking Jackson. I know. He plays the masturbating clown.
Yes. So, content warning here: clowns.
Clown masturbating.
And clown. And
Metaphorical masturbating?
No, I think he actually comes.
Okay. I wasn't sure if it was like a balloon metaphor that just like popped at the end or had like banana cream or something.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So yeah, it has and content warning Atticus Jackson, because Bam Bam is just gonna remember his voice in his head and
he's a fine voice actor.
He's a
I
good
just
voice
don't
actor.
like him.
Yes, he always plays dude bros.
Yeah. And he's really good at Dude Bros.
He's so good at
He's
Dude Bros.
He's so good at it. And that's just why I don't like him, is because I don't like Dude Bros.
I know.
He's a really good voice actor.
We start out, we meet Dr. Ellen Grant, and I think she's a psychiatrist. It is 2:59 p.m. when the door opens, and she knows it's him before she even sees him. She's been dreading this day for over a year, and now it's here. He's found. "Hey, Doc!" he cries, squeaking like a dog toy as he walks into her office. 55 minutes until I'm cured. She's shocked. "Mr. Hicks," she begins. Did she think he was gonna give up on therapy that easy, even though she changed her name and moved 5 states away? Oh, I love your face. You look like you're enjoying this so much.
I hate this story. I forgot how much I hated this story.
I had to listen to this like 4 times to get the script written, and it was torture. I was getting so angry.
I'm not going to interrupt you like at all unless it's like important or something.
God.
But you go right through it. Okay. I'm not going to stop you. We're just going to experience this together.
Okay. He'd found her, and he was here for his final session. He asks her to call him Herman and reminds her that they've had 20 sessions together. She glances toward her phone, and he warns her not to. She's really scared, and the voice actor for this psychiatrist is really good. She's really fantastic. But it's being narrated by somebody else. So this doctor has had bad patients and cases she had to withdraw from, and stalkers and more. But Herman is the only patient that has cared her so badly, she fled. But he found her, and here he was. She walks towards the 2 chairs that are facing each other, and Herman hurriedly gets into the left one that he knows she would want to sit in, because he's a douchebag.
Yeah.
She sits in the other and tells him to sit where he's most comfortable, because she's still going to try to be professional.
Right.
She reminds him that cases like his can't be cured, and he's only currently diagnosed with depression and anxiety, but those need consistent management and cannot be permanently cured. You can have depression, you can go into remission, you're never actually cured. Can pop up any other time.
Right. But talking to him is much like talking to my dad, and he only hears what he wants to hear.
Yes. And because Herman had decided, you're going to cure me, in his mind, that's what has to happen. Herman declares his confidence in her abilities and reminds her clock is ticking.
Yeah, because his deal is you have to heal me in 21 sessions or I'm going to murder you.
Yes, if I'm not cured at the end of the 21st session, I will murder you. They had completed 20 sessions and she ran away. Which actually is the logical thing to do.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair.
And she doesn't see the point of actually having this session. She's like...
Yeah, because it's not realistic.
It's not realistic.
And that's not how mental health works.
No, and we have 55 minutes. Why am I going to sit here and try to therapize you for 55 minutes? Just kill me. Get this over with. I'm tired of this.
But we have to transition our thought. We have to start thinking stupid.
Yes. He wants to be cured and regain his mojo, and she cannot cure him. She reminds him that she never promised to cure him, because therapists never promise that. And reminds him that he promised to kill her if he wasn't cured in 21 sessions. So that's like, this little conversation part is the establishing the relationship and why she ran away. And he's just like, glances at the clock, 49 minutes. Like, yes, I know all of this. Moving on. She switches to begging. Please don't do this. It's not going to fix anything. Why are you doing this? We don't need to do this. You know, I can't cure you. You don't have to do it. And he's angry and upset because he's a depressed and anxious clown who can't get work.
Work.
This one is really funny because the contrast of a depressed, anxious clown who can't get work is really funny.
It's taken to its extreme. It's like the sad clown thing, just taken to a cartoonish degree.
Yes.
Yeah, it is funny.
So it's like, it is horror and it is upsetting and it is also really funny. So he's just like, not funny anymore. And then he looks at the clock. 47. And she wants him to stop tormenting her, get it over with, and he insists on the deal. Nope, I gave you 21 sessions. You have to finish this 21st session. And he won't kill her until 3:55 on the dot. So she's like, well, how many have you killed? And he's killed 2 psychiatrists before her. Same deal, 21 sessions to cure him. And they failed. And she's like, you just want to kill someone. It doesn't matter who. You just want to be murdery. This is just an excuse. And he's like, no. I think people work better under pressure. You won't try hard enough.
I mean, that's funny. I think this is the worst story in this episode, but it's also by far the funniest.
Yeah. It's really funny. Cure me or die. She crosses her arms and just refuses to talk. And so he taunts her. He's like, no, you think you can't do it? Bleh. And she's like, I can't do what you want under duress. I'm going to just refuse. So they sit in silence for a while, and she stares at the clock. 33 minutes left. He's frustrated and shifting around and frowning, so she smiles, because if she only has 33 minutes to leave, making fun of your tormentor is pretty fun.
She can get this win, at least.
Yes. She doesn't have to cooperate. If she's going to die, she doesn't have to cooperate. Finally, he starts talking. I'm going to paint myself in your blood, he tells her. He's going to paint his face red, like his clown name, and slick his hair back with blood.
And this is about the time where she figures it out, I think.
She starts to go like, oh, you have a plan. You have a thought process for after this.
And what else are you going to do?
Yes. Here's the angle she never looked at before. She asks him how he's going to do it. And he scoffs that she's writing herself off too soon. But no, she's curious. What is your actual plan? Fine. If this is going to happen, let's talk through this. She picks up her notebook and pen, and Herman pulls out a foldable razor and puts it on the table. She wryly remarks that it's not very creative, and he answers defensively that it's her fault. He's uninspired and nothing brings him joy anymore, not even lopping off toes. She's disgusted at the idea of cutting off toes. Quote, wow, kink shaming? I thought this was a safe space. His delivery is so good.
Yeah. It is really good. I just hate it.
She says, no, it's not a safe space if she's going to die in 24 minutes. Okay? She doesn't have to take this shit. He's appreciative for her honesty. So she's thinking about it, and she asks him if the thought of killing her gives him joy, which I found really funny because I don't know if you heard about that book.
Sparking Joy?
Yeah. So you only keep the things in your house that spark joy.
And for him, it's murdering the therapists.
Yeah. I just thought that phrase was very, very funny. And he says, yes, it would. And if she fights, even better. He wants to know how she'll defend herself. So he's like thinking through, oh, well, if I'm going to kill you, what are you going to do? And she tells him she's a blue belt in jiu-jitsu, but she's out of practice and doesn't like her odds. She'd put up a good fight, but would still likely lose. And he loves the idea of her fighting him. He fantasizes about killing her in a fight without the knife, because it would be harder to kill her without the knife, and he wants it to be a challenge.
Right. And as they're going through this scenario and like role-playing, he's getting increasingly excited.
Yes.
And Whenever he gets a little more excited every time, he'll honk his little horn.
It hasn't come out quite yet.
Okay.
But yes, soon enough, they start actively role-playing this. Mm-hmm. So, like, maybe grabbing the lamp would give her a few minutes, and he's just starts getting so excited. Voice shaking, a sexual pleasure. The thought of fighting her, almost losing, but winning in the end, just gives him just this intense hard-on. He motions toward his fanny pack and asks if she minds, and she nods because at this point, she has nothing to lose. Mm-hmm. And he pulls out the handheld bicycle.
This part was so goddamn annoying.
Yes.
Just imagine like 5 minutes straight of while you're listening to a podcast.
No. There's 18 minutes left in the story.
Oh, is there 18 minutes? Holy shit.
I looked at it. There was 20 minutes left in the podcast, which meant 18 left in this story when they pull out the goddamn bicycle horn.
God, I remembered it lasted forever.
It is forever.
Jeez, that's so fucking obnoxious.
And it goes, honk. Like, literally, it's just... And
it's a bicycle
horn. It's a literal... They did the Foley with a literal bicycle horn. And they make it so that when he squeezes it, it makes different sounds. Mm-hmm. And so some of them are affirmative. Yeah. And some are sad and go, honk. It's so creative. And it's so goddamn awful.
It is so annoying. Like, just imagining you're listening to a podcast and some asshole is blowing a bike horn directly into your ear for 18 minutes, apparently.
Yes.
And just increasingly fast as you go on.
Yeah, because initially it's only occasionally to answer like a yes or no question.
But as he gets more excited, he honks it more and more.
And it is similar to like stroking a penis. Mm-hmm. It's like that is the symbology of he's not stroking himself off, he's honking the horn.
He's honking himself off.
But the rhythm, it becomes what you would have jerking off this clown.
Yep.
So she's confused, but he says it's his own business, and they return to the subject at hand. Him killing her.
Mind your business.
Yeah, he's like, never mind. My horn is stand-in for something else that you don't need to worry about right now. And she asks, well, I'm curious. Is it more satisfying for you to succeed at killing me with great cost to your physical welfare than to try killing me and failing? Honk.
God damn it. It'd be funny if it wasn't so fucking... If it didn't go on so goddamn long. It was really funny for a little bit.
I know. So in this instance, it's an affirmative that he wants to fight, but ultimately win. And he'll be less happy if it's a guaranteed win. So she's like, well, if it's a practically guaranteed win, why are you going to go through with it? And he gets frustrated. That was the deal. And she took him out of the fantasy, and he's depressed now. So he's only happy when she's actively role-playing this fight. So they go back to the deathmatch fantasy. His favorite part is the vast quantities of blood he can play in if he hits an artery. If he's bleeding too and it commingles, it's the best. Hunk, 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 hunk. And without blood, it's not fun. She wonders if he's going to rape her, and he roars in outrage. Just like, what do you think gross. I am? A monster? And she quickly apologizes because she was like, well, this is obviously sexual fantasy. How far does it go?
Right.
But he's disgusted at the idea of actually having sex with her or raping her or anything like touching her. 12 minutes. So she understands him now. She understands what he wants and his end goal and what gets him off. She suggests they play a game. Honk. It's 12 minutes from now. Honk. She failed to cure him. He begins to roleplay. What he'll say, what he'll do. He'll say something funny. He'll cast aside the knife and jump her, hit her and smash her. He loves the fantasy, and she wants to know how he'll finish her. Strangulation? Shuddering breaths, honks of yes, and he fantasizes about letting her get up, giving her a fighting chance. She runs for the door, but he catches her and slams her into it very hard. He drags her across the room and drops her within reach of the knife. She grabs the knife and cuts him across the chest. Honk, honk, honk. She asks him what excites him. He wants it to be prolonged, right? So in real time, he unzips his pants. He dreams of breaking her bones, taking a while. The thought is arousing.
That was the part that really took me out of it at that point because, me being a rapist, that thought is icky and gross to me. But I am going to pull out my clown penis and start jerking off in front of you while you're exciting me. That's fine. Under duress, still under duress. This is still functionally rape.
She is still being sexually assaulted, just not being physically touched, yes. He wants her to watch him kill her. Honk. She's bleeding out. Honk. There's not much time. Honk, honk.
So we're basically playing hot or cold with his fantasy. Like
she's like verbalizing his fantasy for him, and he's honking in affirmative and pleasure to these words that she's saying.
Or negatively and lower whenever it's something he doesn't like.
Right. But in these instances, these are like fast, happy honks.
Because she's figuring it out.
She's figured it out. And so she is verbalizing like, I'm dying, I'm choking, I'm bleeding. And it's like, honk, honk, honk.
Honk, honk, honk.
Yeah. So he strangles her. She's dying. Her heart slows. 10, 9, 8. So her heart's slowing down. She's dying. And he's like, honk, 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 honk. I'm dead. Oh.
There's clown cum all over the room in various colors.
He groans.
Thankfully, he's got
a
very long sleeve, or a very long chain of napkins in his sleeve.
Yeah, he has all the handkerchiefs he needs. So he groans in pleasure and orgasms as she counts down the seconds to her final breath, and he sighs with relief. It's 3:52. What now? He sighs contentedly, puts his clothes back in order, walks over to her and reaches behind her ear and pulls out a red nose. He squeezes it, honk, and puts it on his face. He packs up his knife and horn and just is ecstatic. He'd always known she could do it, and she sighs with relief. He's cured. This has cured him.
Yay. But then
he leaves, and Ellen runs to the window to watch him leave. It's 3:55. He goes to a tiny car, and a dozen clowns climb out of it. He waves his arms and talks excitedly, and they all honk and squeak.
They all honk in excitement.
Yep, and then they all climb back into the little tiny car, and Herman laughs maniacally and slams the door. The end. The minutes of bike horn honking is actual torture.
Yep.
If you have someone in your life that you hate and you wish they were dead, tie them down and put this on headphones on their ears, and they will just, their brain will stop functioning and their heart will stop and they will simply be dead.
Yeah.
I voluntarily did this because I love you, dear listeners, and I love to torture myself, apparently.
And me, because you're the one who suggested this episode for me.
I didn't know if you actually listened to it or not, so I think it's actually funnier that you did and then forgot about it and got to re-experience it with me telling you. It's so expressive. It's so ick. It's so gross.
I think it is probably by a lot the funniest performance on No Sleep. Mm-hmm. But it's the episode I want to listen to the absolute least.
Yes.
It is a bad listening experience, even if it is very funny.
Yes. Yep. It's just a bad, oh my God, it's so bad. The funny story around this episode is I listened to both of these stories on my way to work one morning. I had an internship at a tax office last summer, and I have an hour-long commute. So literally finished this story as I was pulling into my office. The mind fuck of trying to listen to a clown orgasm.
You listen to that, and then you have to go and be a normal person at an office.
I have to go,
for
and
8
I
to
can't
10
tell
hours.
anyone at my job about my podcast, about this story. I can't talk about clown orgasm and honking to normal people.
See, that's where you and I differed, because I have already, I've pre-selected all the friends and stuff like that. Like, it's kind of like one of those self-selection things. Anyone who doesn't enjoy enjoy whatever bullshit I'm talking about has already left my life.
Well, I was trying to make a good impression and get a
Right.
job. I needed this job.
You have a personal stake in your job,
Yes.
so you have to perform normally for 8 hours
Yeah,
every
I
day.
had to go back to copying and working on W-2s and behaving like a normal person. Oh, it was just so crazy. It was not something you should listen to on your way into work. Oh, that was so bad. And like, my daughter sometimes listens to No Sleep, and usually it's fine. But I was like, don't listen to this episode, baby. She's like, well, why not? And I was like, clown sex. And she was like, ew!
Appropriate reaction, yeah.
And I was like, just skip that one. You know, most of the time, like if there's any that are particularly bad, I'll say don't listen to that one if it has like rape or if it has stuff like this or anything that's like beyond the pale of I don't want her listening to this and then it'll be in her brain. Oh my god. So well done, so well voice acted, so disturbing, and just left me. Okay, remember back when we did Pancake Family and My Anime Pillow?
Yeah, unfortunately. Those ones are much worse than these, I think.
Personally, I found these ones, well, the Pancake Family will stand out as always the worst to me.
Yeah, it's I don't know. They're all dumb in their own very special way.
They're so memorable, though.
Yeah.
The only reason they ever make it onto this podcast is because they are so memorable for either making me feel bad or for being bad. And this one was so memorable. I was able to go back and find the episode, look at the names of the stories within it, and be like, yes, it was that one. Oh my god.
And like as soon as you started talking about them, I was like, oh my
You
god,
remembered.
I fucking remember.
Like,
I
they're
hate
so
this.
memorable. Because there's so much No Sleep that's not really memorable. It was good, or it was kind of meh. But most of the time, it doesn't stick in your head for months or years.
They've been going on for years.
I've
Vast
been
majority of
listening
them are
to
going
them
to
for
be like
7 or 8
meh.
years.
Yeah, and the vast majority of them are going to be like,
Yeah. I mean, because if you put out that much content over that many years, you're not going to hit them out of the park every week or anything.
Right. And I think on average they do a stellar job. And whatever deficit the story might have, they usually make up for with performance.
Yes.
And I think that's great.
Their performers are great. They're all of their Foley is fantastic. Just these were so memorably bad. Oh, and then the fact it was Atticus Jackson just made me laugh so much because you just hate him and his characters he plays so much. It's
What
funny.
is the host's name of No Sleep?
Oh,
Is it David?
David Cummings?
Yeah, David Cummings.
Yeah.
You know how you hear someone's voice and you imagine what they look like? I don't know about you specifically because you have
I
have
don't
a thing.
see what people look like.
Yeah. In my head, he looks like the lead singer of System of a Down, Sergey Tatankin or something.
Okay.
Super doesn't look like that in real life.
Oh.
And that really bummed me out.
We probably look nothing like we sound.
Yeah. I don't know what people would sound like or would think I look like based on my voice. Comment and let us know what you think we look like.
I have said that you kind of look like Jacob, so they might have that idea in
that's
their
fair.
head. They might have an idea, and I'm just a big bunny. I'm just a big fluffy bunny.
Although, of course, some people think I sound like I'm from Maine.
Apparently.
A lady, one of my customers told me I sounded like a Mainer recently, and I don't know enough about Maine accents to
I've
tell if
never
she's
been to
right or
Maine.
not.
I don't even consume a lot of media that's like from New England, so I don't
Yeah.
even know what that accent is aside from like Robert's awful Boston accent and
Or
Marky
all the
Mark,
Stephen King movies.
which I didn't really watch many of those. I watched one that was like about a really big storm, I think, that was like this multi-part TV series or something from the 80s or 90s. And I think I watched what's the one where there's aliens and like this fall and this guy kills himself at the end and
Are you
his
talking about The
family.
Mist?
The Mist.
Was that Stephen King?
I thought it was.
I'm not sure.
I thought it was a Stephen King book and then movie.
I know I've watched the movies. Or at least one of the movies.
I only watched the last 10 minutes of The Mist. So I only saw the man shoot his family and then not be able to shoot himself and then the end. Yeah. So that's the only experience I have of that movie. But
I don't know which version. Do you know what era it looked like it was from?
2008. It was recent when I watched it.
I think how that one ended, he can't kill himself, but he kills his family because he thinks they're all going to die. And then the U.S. military is actually showing up in the fight.
Yeah, and they show up to rescue him, and he had just killed his family, and he's stuck as like a survivor, knowing what he did to himself, basically. Yeah, so that was the worst 10 minutes of any movie I've ever watched. But, yeah, that was an experience, and then re-listening to it was funny and awful, and I felt like perfect for us to ease back into.
Yeah, this is a good ease-in episode.
Yeah, really short, kind of sweet and to the point.
Just a little warming up before we pull out our bike horn.
Imagine if we got all that excited over our bad books.
What would be our personal bike horns?
Yeah, that's what I was just trying to think of.
I think yours is saying and.
And.
Mine is just going,
Oh, yeah, because we were talking about our personal little tics. And a lot of times you would say, whenever someone said, and I would interpret it as this kind of negative, I don't agree with you,
sounding.
But I'm not going to pass comment. I'm reserving comment, but it's negative. And you meant it more in a neutral way.
Yeah, in my mind, that was what I did when I was wanting to confirm that I did, in fact, hear what someone else was saying, and I don't have anything to add.
Right. But I was taking it as in, like, you're such an idiot.
Which is fair. Which might be why a lot of people think I'm kind of an arrogant dick.
Because you just picked up that tick and that is what you do.
Yep.
Yeah. That's so funny. Well, if you have bad stories.
Oh, yeah, you didn't do a grade.
Oh, I didn't do a grade.
Yeah.
Shit.
Do we have to grade it? We've already said that like the performances are good. So just based on the stories themselves, what do you give dad-son torture time?
That one, if you're just looking at the story, I would say is like a C, because it's interesting concept, interesting carry out, but it has so many plot holes and weirdness that it's like, this doesn't really work.
Yeah.
Where I was able to read it separately from listening to it, it's not that great or strong on its own.
Right.
It's absolutely the performances and the sound effects that make it so gross and icky.
Yeah.
I'd give it a C. And then I give Clown-sterbating an F for fuck this clown.
I give it a honk honk.
Which could be affirmative or negative, and you'll never know.
And you'll never know because I gave a neutral answer, and you can just assess that.
We will take our own personal prejudice and apply it to that noise, and then feel bad about ourselves because you obviously think we're stupid. So yeah, if you have stories that you would like to share with us, our email is BiblioWrecks@gmail.com. I'm a lot more active on Reddit these days. It's r/BiblioWrecks. I've been trying to post, episodes, so you can come in and comment on this specific little episode post. Tell us your thoughts, give us suggestions, share other stuff with other people, and let them know if you liked it. I'm trying to share posts on Blue Sky of updates and what we're doing. Thank you so much for your patience while we were out for a couple of months, because we just really needed some of the pressure off. Yeah. I don't know about you, but I feel that internal pressure all the time of, I need to have a book that I'm reading, I need to have a book that I've read and I'm ready to do an episode on, and I need to be thinking about the social media and what we're doing in the future to grow and find new listeners and make our listeners happy. Being able to take off that to-do list just for a little while, just for a few weeks, it just helped my brain start to enjoy this again. I just needed that pressure to be off just for a little while. And then I'm like, oh yeah, I want to listen to terrible, terrible episodes and write stuff. It was funny because the first part of my script is kind of rough, the first page or two. I couldn't remember how to do this. And then I got into my groove about halfway through the workshop story. And then once I got to the clown one, I was like, okay, I remember how to do this. I'm having fun again. So yeah, we appreciate everyone. Thank you so much for sticking with us and sharing with your friends. And let us know your suggestions and your thoughts on these podcasts. And if you disagree and you love Clown Come, let us know.
Now, I have a separate opinion about Clown Come. It's the Clown-sterbating I take it.
All right, well, we'll catch you guys next time.
And if you're a therapist, treat clowns exclusively. They're the best clients, and they all carpool.
Yeah, you can pack 12 in one session.
Yeah.